Hello Hajjo, and welcome to our third lesson on inequalities. So by the end of today's lesson, you should be able to solve an inequality and show the solution on a number line. Okay, so the real life link is for pricing analysts, this SMSC is for budgeting and managing revision time. Okay, so we use inequalities for managing revision time and for budgeting purposes. Okay, keywords for today are greater than, less than, equal to, integer, and inequality. The main ones we'll be focusing on inequality, less than, and greater than. Okay, so in our first example, we're going to deal with an inequality and we need to simplify it. Okay, we need to simplify it and then represent it as a diagram. Okay, so similarly to an algebraic equation, we're going to solve this very similarly, not exactly the same, but similarly. I think of a number and I times it by 8. So the inverse is to divide both sides by 8, the left hand side of the inequality and the right hand side of the inequality. That gives me x, the sign stays the same, and that gives me 4. So our inequality is x is less than or equal to 4. Now to represent this on a number line, okay, I'm going to do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. I'm going to put a circle above the 4, and as we are looking to go less than or equal to, if it's less than, it's going to be going to the left, as you should know from the previous lesson. And don't forget, it may also be equal to, so I'm going to fill it in. Okay, it's going to be a filled in circle here. Okay, and that is how we represent it on a diagram. Okay, can you please now have a go at this question on the right hand side, and once you're finished, come back to the video. Okay, welcome back. So I think of a number times by 3, so I'm going to divide both sides by 3. We now have an inequality of x is greater than 7. So I'm going to draw my number line between 6 and 10, and because it's x is greater than 7, it's going to go to the right. Okay, to the right. Okay, on your mini whiteboard, can you have a go at simplifying and solving this inequality? Once you're finished, come back. Okay, welcome back. X is less than 3. Now, so previously in the last example, that was a one-step solving method. Now we've got to do 2 steps. Okay, so I'm going to look at this expression on the left-hand side. I think of a number, I times it by 3, and I add 2. The last thing I did was add 2. So I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides of my inequality, and I now get 3x is less than or equal to 9. Okay, now the left hand side again, I'm going to translate it. I think of a number, I times it by 3, so now I must do the inverse and divide both sides by 3. And now I get x is less than or equal to 3. Now as an inequality, on a diagram, it's going to look something like this. Let's go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. X is less than or equal to 3. Because it's less than or equal to, I'm going to fill it in. And as it's less than or equal to, I'm going to go to the left. Okay, can you please have a go at this mini whiteboard question? Once you're finished, come back and I'll give you the solutions. Okay, welcome back. So I think of a number, I times it by 4, and then I add 3. So the last thing I said was add 3. I'm going to subtract from 3 from both sides. Now I'm going to divide it by 4, and it'll give me the inequality of x is greater than 4. On a number line, it will look like this. Okay. Okay, please, on your mini whiteboard, can you have a go at solving this inequality? Once you're finished, come back. Okay, welcome back. So our solution is x is greater than 4. Okay. Okay, now this one is very similar to the last one. However, we now have a negative in there. Okay, we have a negative. So I think of a number, I times it by 4, I take away 2. The last thing I said was take away 2. So I'm going to do the inverse and add 2 both sides, and I get 4x is greater than or equal to 20. Now I think of a number and I times it by 4. The inverse of times by 4 is to divide it by 4 on both sides. Now I'll get x is greater than or equal to 5. And I'll show you how it looks on a number line. Okay, just as it's represented below, that's how it looks on a number line. Don't forget to fill in the circle because it can be equal to as well. Okay, we've now moved on to the mini whiteboard task. Can you please have a go at solving this inequality? Once you're finished, come back. Okay, welcome back. X is greater than or equal to 4. Okay, we'll now come on to the main task. On the next slide, we have our orange and green task. But for this slide, can you please have a go at 3 questions? Okay, 3 questions from this slide. Once you're finished and had a go at these questions, once I go on to the next slide, I'd like to have a go at some questions from there. Okay, we've now come on to the second part of the task where we have our orange and green section. I would like you to have a go at 2 from this section here, these ones here, any 2 from here. I'd like you to have a go at 3 from here, and then on the green section I would like you to answer any 2 questions from the green section. Okay, once you have finished, please take a picture of your solutions and upload them onto class charts. Good luck.